Okay, hello everybody and welcome to the Grateful Purpose podcast. Today I am so honored to be here with my friend Michael. Welcome to the Grateful Purpose podcast, Michael.
Hi, thank you.
Of course. So, go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody. Tell us about yourself.
Yes, hi. Oh, sorry, I'm looking in here.
I know, there's so many characters. I love it.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Oh,
I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
go for it. We're going to make sure this is recording.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Hi, is this good? You hear me?
Yeah.
Here we good? Hi, I'm Stylist Michael A. That's my handle anywhere, Stylist Michael A. Born and raised, South Jersey, 856, represent.
Jersey, we love it.
We love, right over the bridge. Background is in hair. I've been licensed since 2016, cosmetology.
Wow.
I then graduated from PBB school in 2019 for makeup as well. So I have both those backgrounds, and currently I'm a student, health science major.
We love.
Wow,
that's
yes.
amazing.
End goal to be aesthetic nurse, Botox fillers. So that's still somewhere in beauty, but that's a little rundown my background.
That's amazing. I absolutely love that. You're like so multi-talented. I'm obsessed with all your content,
Stop.
everything. Honestly, I love it so much. So we're gonna go right into our second question, which is, with your career, I know you do amazing things on TikTok. If there were a TikTok ban tomorrow on your career, what would your backup plan be and your plan B be?
So my English professor actually gave us like this prompt for free writing exercise. You're supposed to give like 5 to 7 sentences. Girl, I wrote a page.
I
wrote a page. I was so mad. But basically, I really don't know what I would do, because it's not just so much like, oh, I'm a micro nano influencer, like the makeup, the unboxing. It's not even about that. It's about like, I always wanted like a person like me when I was younger, just growing up, like seeing someone who was like just openly like queer, gay, however you want to label it, and just being themselves. So I like that I made a little community of people, and I found that most of my, at least for me, most of my viewers are like young. Like I get 10 to like 13-year-olds.
Same, yeah.
And like I just love that, and that's why I try to keep like my content as much like silly and PG as possible, because I love connecting with them.
Yeah.
Even though they give me the silliest comments ever, but I love them. I love them anyway. So if that went down, I just feel like a piece of me is like gone.
Yeah.
And I think that's not what they don't think about. That they just think about whatever they think about.
I don't know what they think about.
I don't know either.
No, absolutely. And I think especially you touched upon a really important topic that will go into question 3 of how do you deal with your mental health on a daily basis, because I think we were talking about this before we started recording and everything, but being content creators, it's not just we're taking pics for the gram. We are, but at the same time, like you said, you have people that are 12, 13, even like 10 years old, and same here with your demographic. Like, how do you deal with your mental health on a daily basis? Because you're producing so much amazing content.
Thank you.
And I'm inspired by it, and I love it, of course. And it's like, especially to like 10-year-olds who are so vulnerable, and we're in a very like important place.
Yes.
So how do you go about dealing with your mental health?
Honestly, I mean, I still, to be very frank, I still struggle with it today. I mean, I think most people do.
Yeah.
And on my content, I do post, especially because I have 4 different pages for different things. I have a personal, I have like my stylist one and everything, but sometimes I let a little of my personal leak into the stylist one, because it's just so hard to maintain, especially because, I mean, of course with like makeup and beauty, but for me, for hair, like when I do hair, that's art. In my mind, I'm creating art. So just doing someone's hair, whether it's color cut, whatever, taking a picture and posting that's, I don't know, even getting the slightest like comment that could be like passive aggressive destroys me, you know? Because I'm like, this is my art, the client liked it, I liked it, but this random stranger with a blank profile can comment something and it all comes crumbling down.
Absolutely.
So I really turn to just spirituality. I believe in many different things. I take things from Buddhism, Hinduism, pagan. I grew up like Roman Catholic, so whenever I'm feeling something internally, I really try to take that and put it out there to like universe or whoever you want to believe in. I believe in everything. And I give it to them, you know, because my shell of a person can only handle so much. So I try to give it to them, and that could be my feedback to anybody else. Just give it to some form of higher power, you know?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think that's kind of what happened to me too. Like, I started content creation like 10 years ago, and I was really into it, but yeah, little comments. I'll never forget, I did a Q&A as if I was something special.
No, that's so cute though.
I tried, and I did like a Japanese hair straightening thing, and I'll never forget, this one kid from my high school commented, "I have a question." It was so dumb. But to this day, I'm like, I'm never doing it. Even for my podcast, I take off the Q&A portion. I get so nervous, but I think definitely when push came to shove with COVID, and we're back. I ran to the grocery store.
You did.
And, you know, grabbed some batteries. We're recording here. Let's resume. So
yes.
We were talking about mental health.
Yes, we were.
And we were on the topic of kind of like religion and all of that good stuff.
Right.
And I was in the middle of saying, before I was rudely interrupted by you, this monitor thing, not by you, Michael. I want to make that clear.
You're good.
But yeah, it's honestly something that I was never really a religious person growing up. Like, obviously, I believed in God. I would go to the temple all the time, and I prayed. But it wasn't until a lot of crazy stuff started happening. My whole family got COVID, as you know, and I basically gave up on content creation. I tried to do it during college when I was going through so many crazy things, and then once my whole family got COVID, I just started praying. I was like, let me go get a job at like a law firm, because we were signing wills, we were doing like estate stuff. Like, it was terrifying. And then now that things have kind of come down, I really want a safe space, and I really want my platform to be something where everyone is welcome, no matter your age, race, gender, just like Mac's whole slogan. Yeah. That's like my slogan too. So I love that you're all about it with religion, with everything. I think that's how we click so well.
Yeah,
you know?
Definitely. I mean, good vibes, raised on the good vibes.
Yes.
But also on your content too, like you can totally see like on your grid and your feed, like everything's just so like white and bright and positive, and like it's just, your smile is really infectious. So
that's the nicest thing I've heard.
No, because I mean to be completely transparent with everything, I mean, when you reached out to me and I was like, oh my god, let me look at her page, and like you just gave such good energy, and I was like, no, I feel it. And the first time we spoke, I was like, we're gonna be besties. Like, I don't care.
Literally, the Zoom cut us off. Just the way this thing cut us off. That's
really on brand for us.
It really is. It just makes sense for us. It really does. I'm like, now I just am paranoid with this. I'm like, please be nice to me. No, but seriously, I think that's like the beauty of social media is, it's kind of ironic, like when we're younger, our parents are always like, don't talk to strangers, but they end up being like our best friends. And it's like, when I reached out to everyone, and you can share the whole thing, I thought it was so funny. I'm like, I'm clearing the air. No, literally, I emailed everybody. Like, I emailed Alex Earl. I know she's not gonna fucking respond to this, but I emailed everybody that I saw was like genuine and nice, and I was like, you know what, let me just shoot my shot. And I loved it because Michael was like, I wasn't sure if it was a scam.
No, I still feel so bad to this day. But I remember, because every morning I check, my routine is I have to check college emails, and then I check like professional emails. Yeah. And I remember seeing it, and I was like, damn, these like scammers are getting really good. Like, so
literally, I was nervous. You never know. And I think that was just the funniest thing that I had to bring up, because I was like, dang, that really happened.
I'm so sorry.
No, oh my god, it literally is something I'm gonna forever love about our friendship, because I'm like, honestly, I'm like, that's why I like to set up these like initial calls before I do the podcast, to be like, hey, are you comfortable? It's like, yeah, it's 4 easy questions, but when it comes to talking about our mental health, like, it is serious. And I was like, I want you to know I'm not like a catfish. No. And it's crazy. You literally live right over the bridge. You're literally my neighbor. And I think that's the funnest part of social media, is like everyone, like yesterday I had Jill on my podcast. I uploaded that today.
I did listen to it on the way over.
Oh my gosh.
She did get me emotional. not to cut you off.
Me too. No, go for it. How did she get you emotional? Go for it. Please.
I really don't know. It was just, so I listened to it because there was a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
And I know something that she was saying about, like, it just resonated with my inner person, because I feel you guys, and like, especially having like a platform, like, for the longest time I felt so lost.
Yeah.
And to be completely frank, sometimes I still feel lost, you know?
Yeah.
I listened to her, and I listened to Juliet.
Yes.
The Juliet. I listened to her.
Yeah.
And even the thing, I don't know if it was her or Sam, but they were talking about not eating. Someone, especially like going to events, like forgetting to eat and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that was honestly, a lot of my friends were talking about different things like that. So yeah, and even I said that too. Like, I go to events and I don't eat because I'm terrified.
Yeah, and like I mean, I'm a thick boy.
Yeah,
I'm a thick guy.
I love it.
And like, just so many like things that different people who I never met, but like, you're just listening to them like expose themselves and being vulnerable. And I was like, oh my god, I'm getting this from this person, I'm getting this from this person. And like, you don't realize like how all of us are connected. Yeah. But from our image that we present online, like, you never get that. Like, I would not think that like she was going to the event and she's like terrified to eat. Like, meanwhile, I went to the Rare Beauty one, and like they had these like little like chicken sliders and little tacos.
Love.
And they really were cute. They were good too. They were good. Whoever cooked that up, banging.
Yeah.
But like, when I took one, I went to the bathroom to like eat it because I was just terrified.
Really?
Yeah.
See, like, that's the thing, is I'm really glad you brought that up, because that's, again, it's like these influencer events. I mean, first of all, I can't believe you met Selena Gomez. Like, when I saw that on your page, I was like,
shameless plug twice.
No,
shameless plug twice.
I'm gonna keep saying it. Like, people are gonna be like, okay, we get it, but like, no, like, the thing is, it's not just, okay, you met the icon, but you yourself are such an icon for sharing something like that.
Stop.
No, seriously, like, it's something that I feel like with social media, we all have these like perfect little feeds, but there's so much behind it. Like, Jill shared yesterday, she has her dog, but it's a therapy dog.
Yes.
You know, I was like, first of all, that was the cutest dog that I have seen in my life. Oh my god. Yeah. But I love that, you know, she shared that, and that's something, even with just these influencer events, the fact you went in the bathroom, like, that like breaks my heart, because I know with Selena, like, she shares everything.
Yeah.
I think she's such an icon, but also going to these events are so anxiety filled. Like, the Creators Loft, that was one of like the biggest events. There was like, I feel like 200 people in that room, and I was so nervous because I'm not, you know, the typical Barbie doll. I'm like a brown little Barbie doll, whatever. But, you know, I got really nervous there, but I noticed everyone also felt the same way. They had drinks, and then they had like these pizza bagel things. And I found myself too, I was like, Mom, can you like cover me?
Yeah.
And it sucks because I'm like, one, I'm hungry. Nobody eats during fashion week.
Yes.
And nobody eats, like, I feel like, at these influencer events. Because it's like, you know, who knows when Selena Gomez is gonna like pass by.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah.
And that's something to think about. I mean, I've been to a couple of New York Fashion Week events, because I was telling you, my partner's cousin is in New York, and I remember even something with her, because she has such a statuesque, I don't want to put her up there, but she has such a statuesque body. I remember, like, as soon as we were done the show, we were supposed to go to another club to do more promotions. She pulled over and she pulls out this slice of pizza, and she takes 3 bites. And she's like, I gotta go, we gotta go. And like, meanwhile, I'm like, I can eat the rest of that.
I mean,
I can eat the rest of that. Like, I'm not playing.
No, literally.
And like, that's something like, just, I mean, that's a whole subject start. We got so off topic.
No,
it's a whole subject itself, talking about like body image and thickness. But
yeah, no, it's something real, and that's what this whole platform is for. I think shining a light really on content creators, because everyone just thinks, oh, I'm an influencer. Don't get me wrong, you and I both know we've met people like that. And it sucks, you know. But especially with body image, I mean, even just today, me picking out my outfit for like this podcast and my upcoming ones, I'm like, I'll FaceTime my brother right after, and I'm like, ew, I looked horrendous. Or like, you know, we're in that digital age, but it's like up to people like us, like you were saying, you have these 10, 13-year-olds. The whole reason like I started social media was for my little cousin. She was 7 at the time. She's about to turn 13, and I literally was like, I'm doing this for Gia. She is my life, and I love her, and I don't want girls like her, or even boys, growing up thinking like, oh, you know, just because this celebrity has like this and that done on them, that I have to look like that.
Right.
It's more than that.
It's so much more than that. And then speaking more, I mean, about mental health, I identify as male. Yeah. He, him. Yeah. Just being like male identifying, queer, gay, thick. Yes, thick. That is such like, I don't know, I feel like it's like a triple thing, especially posting on social media. And that is like, I mean, between like me feeling like I have to Photoshop every picture because of the way I look, or like, and then this is a totally different side to it. I mean, I don't even know if you understand being too gay, being too femme presenting when it comes to doing things like makeup or like talking about something like that is a whole nother, like, that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother layer of like going into it, like queer on queer being like, oh, he's too gay, like he's too like femme, like there's so many layers to things. So like taking pictures and like posting something, it's so much. And thinking of like your cousin who's like 13, like that is such a pivotal age that you have so much going on internally, externally, and you have society saying this, you have it, social media, you gotta look like this, like it's so many things. So I think that's why it's so important that you're creating this platform so that people can be more vulnerable. So we don't have influencers who think, you know, they are X, Y, and Z. Yeah. And that, I mean, that's no shame. That's for anybody though. Yeah. Like not even, that's for anybody. Like having a platform is such a privilege, especially in these crazy times. There's so much going on in the world. So much. If you have even a micro, nano, I don't care if you have 200 people. You have 200 people following you. That's 200. That's 200 people that you need to be responsible with your platform. Yeah. I think that is very important in itself. Yeah, no, you touched upon so many important things, and that's why I'm so honored to have you. You're my first male guest, and you are doing everything. You're a hairdresser, you're in school, you're doing so much. And I think just representing the LGBTQ community too, it's, again, it has that stigma, and you're the expert here. You know how it is. You go to these events, and that's the thing is, again, it always comes with these like negative connotations, which honestly pisses me off, because I'm like, sometimes I just feel like people who have a platform, certain people like us, we deserve it. But then there are some people we both know. Oh my God. We got really supposed to fact that we just keep shading. We keep giving each other this look now. Because it sucks. It does. It does. We've seen people from Philly, we've seen people from wherever go from having such an influential platform, being in the LGBTQ community or not, and being honestly a bully, and it just sucks, because it does. You know, they say like don't meet your heroes, but I'm like, no, I flew all the way to California. I met Tana and Brooke. They are my idols, and I love them, and they are exactly how they are on their podcast. And I love them, and Trisha Paytas is mother. I love her. I don't know if you should, but I do love her. Oh my God, I love her. I think, especially, I would love Trisha, if you ever want to come on the podcast. My dream, my literal dream would be, I want to curl your hair, Trisha. Glam team, curl your hair. Like, I'm here for it. It would be, she's iconic, and I think even her, with her mental health history and everything, it's been wild. Like seeing the whole like David Dobrik scandals. That's how I did fall in love with her during that time era. Well, I don't know. I fell in love with her watching all her mukbangs. Not even gonna lie. Yeah. Like, oh my gosh. The chicken nuggets. The chicken nuggets, the Taco Bell. Like, there was like literally the time when my whole family had COVID. I started listening to the Canceled podcast, and there were nights where, you know, my friends were busy. Everybody was, you know, whatever. I would put on a mukbang and feel like I had a friend with me. Yeah, like it was, I know it's like no, but that's the power of like YouTube and social media and just videos. It is. And I mean, like, we built our friendship. Literally, I slid into everyone's DMs. Which, side note, so grateful you did. Of course. But I mean, and this is me now. I don't know if you believe in this, but energetic wise, I believe that like even through a screen you can share energy. Yeah. So absolutely. I totally believe like in that moment we were probably watching her. So that's the energy she gives off. She just on the kitchen floor? Was it on the kitchen floor?
Me. Every
Yes.
day. Every night.
I mean, that was probably the energy she was giving me, and probably what you need. You just need like that friend to be there, like eating chicken nuggets on the kitchen floor, just casually with you, you know?
Yeah, and absolutely. And I think even like I saw one of your tutorials literally yesterday morning. I was in like, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've been in like these ruts with planning this serotonin Saturday and everything. I saw your little tutorial and like the little dog toys that Rare Beauty sent you, and I was like, you know what, this gave me the energy. I filmed a whole little glam tutorial yesterday, and it's like, the energy is such a real, a real thing, even just off screen. Like everything in person is one thing, but like just texting, you have to be so careful with your energy, especially when you're people like us who have good energy. I've been in so many horrible toxic relationships with just friends even. They drain my energy. And it's
energy
like
vampires.
Legit energy vampires. It's awful. And I think that's the biggest thing with like my mental health with social media is I've been through so much in the last couple of years that I don't care what people say. Like, you know how like sometimes people say, oh, I don't care, but then they'll go cry. Same, but also
same.
Like if someone's like, if like an influencer that I love or something, which has happened, where they're like, oh, you only have like 10K, and I'm like,
first of all, I can't even know, like that in itself is like, girl.
I know. Like who? What? Like
I can't. I do want to share this little story. I know we are rambling.
I'm so here for it. Oh my god, do not. I love long podcasts. I can listen for days. I love this. Go for it.
There was one story. I mean, I wanted to save it for when we close out, but I think it's on my mind right now, and I just want to vocalize it. There was this one time. Have you ever watched RuPaul's Drag Race? Do you watch RuPaul's Drag Race? Okay. I was on senior trip, and I was not out to my family, so this was 2015, 2016, but I was out to my friends. And we were in Disney World for senior trip. Shout out to CCTS. Shout out to CCTS.
What is that?
That's my high school.
Oh, LOL.
Sorry. Full name. Shout out to Camden County Technical Schools. I see you.
You're heard. You're here. I didn't even know.
Oh, I'm so sorry. 856. Okay. You will never find someone who reps Jersey like me. Yes, I ride or die for Jersey.
You're like a real Italian. You're a real Jersey.
It's please. So we were down in Magic Kingdom, and there was nothing wrong. I mean, it was just vibing. It was at Disney World, but I'm on Main Street. I'm in the one store, and I will never forget this one guy who was like in my high school said something. A slur I'm not going to use, talking about this person walking by. And something about it, I was just like, what are you talking about? And he turned, and I was like, you know what, I don't know who this person is, but I want to go up and say hi, and that I like their outfit, because they were all dolled up, full glam, pink Mickey outfit.
Oh, I love.
And it was just this guy, and like he started, and the whole group was just throwing like these slurs talking about this person, and I just felt so connected to go up to him and just be like, you know what, like I love you, you know, random person. So I go up to this person, and I'm like, hi. Now, young, like just 17-year-old, little Michael, little gay boy, thick gay boy. Hi, I just want you to know that I love her outfit. The person turns around. It was Coco Montrese.
I'm gonna fall off this chair. Are you kidding?
So this was 2015. So I mean, like, I think season 6. Season 6 probably just aired. So I mean, we're fresh off of like season 5 still. It was Coco Montrese, and she was with a couple other girls. And she was the sweetest person. When we're done, I'll have to show you the picture.
Yeah.
Took a picture with me, and she was talking to me, and she was the sweetest person ever. And this is someone who was like a villain on TV, or whatever you want to call it. Had a villain edit. And I just would never forget, how she was so unbothered, one, by the comments. So unbothered, did not even care. Queen.
Literally.
And then literally took the time to take a picture with me, speak to me in front of the people who just called her these slurs, and just gave me the time of day. And even after we took the picture, she goes, look at it and make sure you like it. If you don't like it, we'll take another one.
That is the nicest thing. And she, oh my God,
and
that's wild.
And I think that right there is when the spark went off of my mind to, one, be myself.
Yeah.
Be proud, be myself.
Yeah.
And two, I wanted to be her in the moment. Yeah. Not like I want to be a drag queen, but I wanted like to have the like stainless steel wall that she put up, not care what anyone says, and to have the power to reach out to somebody else. Like I want to do that eventually one day, have that platform to help that little 17-year-old boy be like, I love you, take a picture of me, be yourself.
That's honestly, like, that just gave me chills. Like, honestly, I'm like, ooh, because that's the thing, is like genuinely not giving an F about it. Like, I think the biggest thing I can take away from that and just say with everything I've been through is, it sucks to say, but you're gonna have to go through so much before you can grow. But that whole process, I hate when people say trust that process.
Oh my god.
Hate the process.
I know.
The process sucks, okay?
It's awful.
It sucks, but when I tell you, you will come out on the other side. Like, literally, there's always going to be obstacles, but going through certain things like that where you shined brighter than anybody else, and I'm sure you had amazing highlight then, like you do now, but you genuinely are such a good person in that.
Thank you.
And that, like, that's wild.
Crazy story, right?
She was there. That's the wildest thing I've ever heard.
I just had to share that story because the lead up, me not even knowing, and then seeing how this person was so like unbothered by it. She does. Coco Montrese has no idea. Shout out to Coco Montrese. Has no idea how that moment probably helped pivot where I am today.
Exactly.
Seriously.
I mean, and that's the thing. It's the little things that count. Like, I know when I've met all of my little favorite YouTubers, like I met Jaclyn Hill for like 2 seconds, and the fall right after IMATS, I literally was just like, I'm gonna go start a channel. I don't care. Like I'm gonna do it. Nobody was doing it. Like 2013 to 2016 was such like a beginning era for so many scandals, but so many good things. You know,
I ate it up though. I ate it up.
We loved every moment of all the drama, but also just like, that's what really shaped us. I really believe that, you know, Jaclyn Hill, Manny, like all of these YouTubers.
Can we say it?
Yeah.
Jeffree Star.
Jeffree Star. Honestly.
Jeffree Star.
Okay, what happened with Morphe is what I just still like.
The whole, shout out to Morphe, because Morphe was like, they were, I mean, at least for me, inexpensive at the time.
Yeah, no, they were like a vibe of Elf.
Yeah. Just but like a little step up above.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, speaking of that too, like, I mean, Jeffree Star, but back then, again, in high school, I didn't have anybody else to look towards. It was RuPaul's Drag Race, the drag queens, and then you literally had Jeffree Star over here doing his own thing with the makeup and the music and whatever. I will never forget when he dropped his first like 3 lipsticks. I watched a Graveyard Girl do like.
What happened to her? Is everyone okay? Like, please. Just where did you guys go? Like,
where did you go? But I was watching her like swatch, unbox them, and I remember just being such a fan of him because I was like, oh my god, this queer person, non-binary, whatever they identify as, is like doing like makeup now, and like I was so infatuated with it. Honestly, I feel like is till date the one that keeps it real. I think you get PR from Rare Beauty, which is a goal. Hey, Rare Beauty. No, I'm just kidding. But like, shameless plug. No, but I really think like it's. I was just talking about that TikTok I was watching about this one girl who was like, I feel like nowadays it's so hard because so many people get PR that you don't know. He would do like wear tests. Do you remember like back in the day, the wear test of like, people would literally come home literally like drunk or like even just whatever. They'd come home after work and like I would know that like Estee Lauder's double wear nude or whatever, that worked. But I feel like now I feel like there are at least a few more. I've seen younger guys doing makeup and they put me to shame. let me stop. And also shout out to anybody who was doing hair, whoever, putting me to shame starting out so young. I see these little 3, 5-year-olds doing like braids and stuff. I didn't learn how to braid until I was in like 9th grade. Like, they really they're like killing it. There's this one guy, he's from Long Island, Nikki. He does like these blowouts and he's in hair school right now. Wait, yes. You know what I'm talking about? I do. Oh my gosh, he's so talented. I want to go to Long Island just to get a blowout. The art, I'm sorry, this podcast is going everywhere. No. The art of doing a blowout, I did about 50 to 75. No, we're good. Okay.
Keep going. It's always something with me. I'm sorry.
For people listening, the camera just went out.
Yeah, the camera just like stopped for a sec. It was like couldn't handle it. Anyway.
Yeah. No, I had to do 50 to 75 blowouts for I've always been allowed to do on a client. Yeah, I had to blow out like my coworkers. I had to blow out like friends and family. I mean, it was intense, but like it's an art. Everything's an art.
Absolutely.
I mean, makeup is an art. Your beat is so good, by the way.
Thank you. Sephora
up and close. Yes, Sephora sales, Sephora savings. But yeah, sorry.
No.
I've really taken your podcast and just ran with it in so many different directions.
And I love it.
I know when you're going to edit this, you're like, where are we
I'm
right
really
now?
not going to edit a lot. I hate editing out my podcast, and I tell this to people all the time. It's like, I want it raw, I want it real. How I'm going to put together the other audio and this, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But honestly, no, but that's wild. And I think that's the beauty of like makeup and hair. It's such an art where it's like you have so much bonding time with your stylist, and it's just fun to like connect. I mean, with makeup, we speak a whole other language. We really do. And I think that's like the funnest part of like content creation and makeup and just the impact we have as creators. We're not just like these bitchy influencers. You know what I mean? Like
some of us are. Some of
you know who you are. And you know what? I've grown too much to even name you or care about you. But I could really get messy. But I won't. I promise. I won't, because
no, that's gotta be like a Patreon thing only, or something like that. You gotta start that up.
Maybe, probably. I mean, honestly, at this point, I just think it's like I'm here to like spread the positivity, which is why I really want to get into like Serotonin Saturdays.
Yes.
I want to bring people together because I hate like thinking it's networking. This is not networking. This is me being with my best friend and like having a good time.
We're vibing.
We're having a good time, and that's like what I want. And then now I'm gonna tie into our last question.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Sorry.
Reel us back in.
Like, I'm trying.
We're so far out.
We really are, and I love it, and I'm here for it because I feel like everyone would enjoy it. So with everything we went over with, from Jeffree Star to Drag Race to just like everything in between.
Yes.
With my last question, what is your grateful purpose in life? I know you shared that amazing story, and that seriously is sending chills like down my whole body. And you know, for me, I mentioned in my first episode, it's really bringing people together and having, you know, your story shared. So what is your grateful purpose?
Honestly, I heard many people say this too. Not quite sure yet, which is fine. We're young enough. But I do know that, sorry, I'm just falling forward.
I know, this table's a lot.
What I do know is my purpose on this little blue planet in wherever we are is to just reach out and connect to people and make connections. I thought it was making connections in hair, then I thought it was making connections in makeup and retail, and now where my journey's taken me, it's making connections in healthcare. So, you know, it's just about connecting with somebody and healing them, I think. And I ain't talking about myself to my own horn, but
please.
I think that some people are just born with like a healing aura.
Yeah.
And I like to think that I have that. I have that in me.
You do.
And I think that in itself, I'm going to wrap it up, comes from a long history of just, you know, coming through and overcoming obstacles.
Yeah.
And I just want to take that energy that I have, whether it was clients behind the chair, I still work behind the chair, whether it was clients behind the chair, whether it was in Sephora, you know, doing like a makeup swatch, or whether it's like doing clinicals and practicals and talking to people and patients. I just want to be there to help someone and let them know that they're not alone.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what the purpose is, but I know it's definitely in that area.
I love that. Honestly, I think it's a similar vibe to me. I think, honestly, I love when people say they don't know their grateful purpose yet, because that journey, like, it's like the whole trust the process really pisses me off, but it's truly, it really does. But just that whole journey of finding your grateful purpose, it took pretty much my whole family almost dying, basically, then to go through a lot of family stuff that I thought was breaking us, and like literally I did not think we would bounce back from it, to now I just feel like, I don't like the term like survivor, but like I feel like that's just the only way to describe it.
I'm getting emotional.
I know, I'm not trying to make it
I'm getting emotional because in the darkest place you find your light, and that's all what
oh my god, you're making me emotional.
I know. No, that's all what being human is about. Just like finding your way out and finding the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And the last thing we'll say to wrap it off is, I think people's demons are bothered by your spirit and your energy. And I think that's just the way to end it.
Yeah, I agree. I really think we touched upon so much. I feel like I could talk to you for hours.
I know.
And I'm gonna have you back on.
I was gonna say, I was like, we're going to have to like bring you back, like, because there's just so much. I have so much to pour out,
and I feel like there's so many topics we can always touch upon.
I know, but I'm like not me taking her podcast and running with it off topic. I feel so bad.
Honestly, I love it so much because I want them to be longer than like the 4 questions. Like I really want to like get into it. I feel like we really hit upon like everything, and I'm here for it. But I seriously love you. I appreciate you sharing your story. Like,
thank you.
I'm so glad I slid into the DM.
Thank you so much for sliding into my DM. Thank you so much for having me. This has been such a great opportunity. I hope something I said touched with somebody out there.
I know it did because I think.
I know. I'm like,
sorry. We're in the lounge.
We gotta wrap it up. We gotta wrap it up.
They're probably like, what are these people doing? But I seriously appreciate you sharing your story and getting to know you. And thank you for coming on the Grateful
Thank you for having me.
And I will talk to you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.
Bye.
What just happened?
Oh no, what happened?
I don't know. Hold on. Sorry. That was really weird. This thing just like couldn't handle us. Oh my god. Okay. I love that. Love that so much.
You know what? This is fine. I feel like this is on brand for me too.
It really, yeah.
Like this is like on brand.
We love. We're here for it. Yeah. This is great. Okay. It's just like hold on. Okay.
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 You know what? I think she. Oh, we're back. Okay. She really felt what I said about the spirituality, and she was like, "I gotta get my life together."
No, literally.
I gotta get my life.
Oh, it's low battery. Oh, okay. Pause momentarily. We love that.